Today, we're talking about something so many of us deal with, often in silence, that feeling of being at war with our own bodies. We're going to look at a real, practical way to move from that constant self-criticism to a place of peace, a place of genuine, science-backed body respect. So let's figure out how we do that.
Have you ever felt that? Where, everything in your life is technically fine, but your body just feels tense. It feels on edge, like it's waiting for something bad to happen. Maybe you're up at night, replaying what you ate, or there's just this nagging feeling of dissatisfaction with the very skin you're in.
If any of that sounds familiar, the first thing I want you to hear, really hear, is this. You are not broken for feeling this way. It's not a personal failure. You're not being too sensitive, and you are so far from being alone in this. It's an incredibly common feeling, and there's a way through it.
Okay, so the core idea we're exploring here is a pretty massive mindset shift. It's about getting off the hamster wheel of treating our bodies like some kind of project that always needs fixing. Instead, we're going to start treating them like what they are, the only home we will ever truly have. It's not a battleground. It's a home to be cared for.
And let's be really clear about something. This is not about that toxic positivity stuff, It's not about forcing yourself to wake up tomorrow and suddenly love every single thing about yourself. That's just not realistic for most of us. The goal is actually something way more practical and powerful, body respect. And it's grounded in how our bodies and our nervous systems actually work.
So where on earth do we even start? Well, the foundation for all of this, the absolute first step before you do anything else, is acceptance. And it's really important to understand why this step is so non-negotiable.
Think of it this way. If you're in a place of body loathing, you just can't make the jump all the way to body love. The gap is way too big. Trying to force it is just going to make you feel worse. Body acceptance, that's the bridge. It's the crucial, realistic, and compassionate starting point that makes the rest of the journey even possible.
So what does acceptance actually look like in a real moment? Well, it's when that negative, critical voice pipes up in your head, and instead of arguing with it, or worse, agreeing with it, you just respond. You respond with this thought: my body is worthy of respect right now, as it is, period.
Here's a great little mental trick for this. Picture your brain as a radio, and that negative self-talk, that's just one of the stations. It might be loud, it might be full of static, but you don't actually have to listen to it. You have the power to just go, there's that station again, and then consciously, deliberately change the channel.
Okay, let's get even more practical. We're going to talk about something you've probably never connected to anxiety before, your clothes, and the really surprising link they have to your nervous system.
Seriously, think about it. Have you ever noticed that on days when your jeans are just a little too snug or your shirt is pulling, you feel more on edge, more anxious? Well, it turns out that's not just in your head. There is a real physiological reason that physical restriction can make our bodies feel fundamentally unsafe.
And the key to this whole thing is something called diaphragmatic breathing. You know that deep, full breath that makes your belly expand? This isn't just about getting air. It's literally the #1 signal your body sends to your brain that says, hey, we're safe, no danger here, you can chill out.
So here's the problem. When your clothes are too tight, especially around your waist and chest, they physically block you from taking that deep, calming breath. So your body tries to send that I'm safe signal, but the message gets blocked. And your nervous system, it interprets that lack of a signal as a potential threat, which keeps you stuck in a low-grade survival mode.
So here is a really immediate action you can take. Let's call it the closet cleanse. First, get rid of anything that requires some kind of special underwear just to make it fit. Second, if you have to suck in and hold your breath to zip something up, it's gotta go. And for the future, make this your new rule. Before you buy anything, do the sit-down test. Can you sit down comfortably and breathe? If the answer's no, you don't buy it.
All right, so we've talked about removing the things that block our safety signals. Now let's talk about how we can actively send signals of safety to our system. This right here is such a huge insight. You can't just think your way into feeling safe. Your body doesn't work that way. You can't just tell yourself, I am safe, and expect your nervous system to believe you. Safety is a physical state. You have to experience it through tiny physical signals that your body actually understands.
So here's a super simple, super powerful little micro habit you can try anytime, anywhere. Just gently bring your hand up to your face, or maybe to your chest, and just notice the feeling, the warmth of your skin, the gentle pressure of your hand. That's it. That tiny gesture is a direct physical message to your nervous system that says, hey, right now, in this moment, I'm okay.
Now, we can take this exact same principle of working with our bodies instead of against them and apply it to movement. It is time to completely reframe how we think about exercise, moving away from punishment and towards something else entirely.
For decades, we've been told to push ourselves into this fat-burning zone. But let's be honest, for most of us, that just means movement that feels forced, that we hate, and that we can never stick with. The real magic, it happens in what we can call the enjoyment zone. That's movement that actually feels good, which leads to consistency, which is the only thing that makes it sustainable.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? You will only stick with the things that bring you some kind of pleasure. If you despise running, please stop trying to force yourself to be a runner. If you love dancing in your kitchen or walking your dog, do that. Consistency is a byproduct of enjoyment.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's zoom out for a second. This whole journey of making peace with your body, it's not just some personal wellness project. In the world that we live in today, it's actually something much bigger.
Just let that one sink in for a minute. There are multi-billion-dollar industries built entirely on making you feel insecure, on convincing you that your body is a problem that needs to be fixed. So in that world, choosing to be okay with yourself, choosing to treat your body with respect and kindness, that is not a passive act. That is a massive, rebellious act of peace.
And so the last question is for you. This war with your body, it's probably gone on long enough, right? It's exhausting. It takes up so much of your precious energy. So are you ready to stop fighting? Are you ready to declare a truce and finally start treating your body like the home that it is?